Congratulations, you have become pregnant. You do not even know it yet and will not know it yet for around 2 weeks. But your life has forever changed in the instant that your egg and what will be the father's sperm meet. An unrepeatable being is created inside your body in God's image. These two cells meeting is what creates the embryo in its first stage, which is now termed a zygote. At the moment that that sperm and that egg meet, there is a release of zinc. As the calcium inside the mother is met with the zinc, which is a light-emitting molecule, a spark is produced. That spark has only been discovered in the last 15 years and was only first filmed on camera in 2014. It is a fascinating sight and one that I do not mind watching again and again, as it highlights that beautiful moment that a new life begins. God said, "Let there be light," and every time since that first beginning, he has said it again and again in every new life that is brought into his creation. What mystery, what wonder, what excitement. A new life, developing and changing and relying on the gentle care of a mother's abandonment to her changing body in love. One unique sperm out of the millions of those sent forth has reached that one egg that the mother's body deemed the best on this exact month to be released. How unique this individual already is, and you get to be part of the process. The zygote is the earliest form of life that exists of a human person. This single cell will rapidly begin to change during this first week after conception. The cell traveling down the fallopian tube will now begin to rapidly divide through mitosis to become a 2-celled, 4-celled, 8-celled, and 16-celled beginning of a human life. The zygote rapid dividing all happens in the fallopian tubes as the tiny hair-like projections, called cilia, gently push that new life down towards the uterus, where next week's adventure begins. This week's milestone ends as the baby's scientific name changes from zygote to morula, meaning 16-celled or more solid mass structure, giving off a mulberry-like appearance. Do you feel colder or warmer than normal? Do you feel more tired? Do you feel different, but you just can't describe the feeling? Well, you may not feel anything at all, and that's fine. Nothing is wrong. But inside, amazing things are happening. If you do feel colder and more tired, or warmer and fatigued, or different in a way you cannot describe, then you are highly sensitive to this silent mystery unfolding inside your body. In account of any way that you feel, you may be heavily anticipating the next week or two until you can take that pregnancy test. If you have not already, you should start taking the prenatal recommended vitamins. My favorite are Now brand vitamins of prenatals and Nordic Natural brand Ultimate Omega 2 times because they are sensitive on the stomach and packed full of nutrition for that growing baby. These are just based off of my personal preferences and my body's own ability to tolerate them as morning sickness ramps up in the coming weeks. In the Catechism of the Catholic Church, on paragraph 2270, it states, human life must be respected and protected absolutely from the moment of conception. From the first moment of his existence, a human being must be recognized as having the rights of a person, among which is the inviolable right of every innocent being to life. In the Bible, in 1 Jeremiah 5, you will find the words, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations." We can look at this miracle of life, both theologically and scientifically, as we say that God truly knew us before our conception. What we previously had thought to only be believed by faith in the past, in light of the words in the Bible, we today can witness the wonderful mystery described and pictured before us, thanks to modern science. That single one-celled new life will slowly develop, changing each and every day until your baby is in your arms in what may seem like a long time, but will be a relatively short time from now. How beautiful a mystery it is. It develops deep inside the mother's body, weeks before she even knows that a new life has come into existence. A mother's part in the divine plan is an amazing process that we alone are privileged to take part in as women. We feel and experience a great mystery that God has gifted us, which is, yes, full of sacrifice, but also of love. Love which is filled with indescribable joy. At the end of our pregnancy, however, many weeks our journey ends with, we will come to know that we have been given the greatest gift that will ever be placed in our arms, a child. I wish you well on your journey, and will pray and sacrifice together with you as we learn and discover each stage of our pregnancy adventure, both from a scientific and theological perspective. Until next week, my friend, congratulations on your hidden mystery growing inside your own body. I hope to see you next week.